My name's Justin and I'm a client of Morrison & Murff. A lot of things were happening in my life over the last year and a half that just kind of came down to this big pile of and we had some issues with the mortgage company that really weren't resolvable, and it wasn't even necessarily our fault. I mean, typically when you get behind on your mortgage payment, if you make a payment before 90 days, that stops the process of foreclosure and all that stuff. Well, for example, they wouldn't take a payment from me at 92 days. The amount of debt that was piled onto me was seemingly insurmountable. I mean, it was so much that my future was uncertain. Our future, my family's future, was uncertain. It wasn't anything we couldn't overcome within time, but the time that it would take, life goes by. And this I felt like I really needed someone like Jesse to help just with anything we might not understand. This is just such a sensitive situation. When I Googled Jesse, I did a lot of research on him before I actually met him, and I found that he had done a lot of really good work for people. It seemed like he was doing a lot of good things for people even in his academic career, and I felt comfortable. I met him and he was so accommodating and so willing to do things that most attorneys aren't willing to do, like talk to you, for example. Jesse will answer text messages, phone calls. I mean, he gets back with me within the day whenever I try to reach him. I'll usually send him an email or a text and he responds the same day. Anything that might have come up that I was worried about, he was right on top of it, and he had an answer. He always has an answer, and if he doesn't have an answer, he gets it. Jesse had all the right information, things that we weren't necessarily privy to. He had instant access to the system, and once I talked to him, man, I felt like there's no way we want to even try to do this without him. I feel very confident, I feel happy, I feel relief, a lot of relief actually, because of them. One of the best things about Jesse and Morrison & Murff in general is the way they handled the payment plan for us. They didn't expect us to have a big chunk of money up front, which was good. I felt like that was another benefit of going with them, is that they're realistic in that, if you're there for a reason. There's, potentially there's some real money problems. So they took a small amount of money up front, what we could afford, and then they arranged bi-weekly payments for us that were really easily fit into our budget, and it's been very seamless. I have full confidence that Jesse or Theron or anyone there could handle, and they're so good to work with and just so nice. And the relief definitely allowed the kids to be kids. It allowed us to be us, just as a whole, as a family.